Full house. A friend of Dan's was coming to visit. Okay. There's the learning a letter thing.
Can't wait for him to get here.
Okay. Guy, probably not expecting to hear from me, were you? You know, I'm all about surprises. Look, we're gonna head up the coast next weekend. We're doing the drive from LA to Seattle. I have an interview up there on Tuesday, and Kelly has a friend who's gonna introduce her to some of the casting people from Vancouver. Can we crash at your place on the way up? We should be pulling through next Friday. I was thinking we could use it as an excuse to jam on our books. I want to see your new stuff, and I have a draft I want you to take a look at. I'm way beyond knowing what's good or not with my work, so I could really use your advice. And you know I'll give it to you straight about your new book. Is there a title yet? Could be an impromptu writer's workshop, I guess. Anyway, I think it'd be fun. Let me know. T. Okay. Okay, so... company coming around. That lamp is dead. Looks like there's something on the counter here. And there's something on the fridge as well. Nothing over there. Okay, well... what do we got here? Honey, I'm sorry it's been so long since my last letter, but we've been all over the place. Have you gotten settled into that big house yet? I hope getting away from everything has been a help for you and Dan. I'm writing because, speaking of getting away, your father and I are going to take a road trip. I found some good AARP deals, and with your father only working part-time, it wasn't very hard to arrange time off. It's been too long since our last trip. I've always enjoyed changes of scenery, and as you're hopefully learning, it can be just the thing a marriage needs. Lord knows it's helped us. The trip won't take us close enough to the shore to come visit, I'm sorry to say, and if you write back, we'll be gone before your letter arrives. We'll call if one of our motels has long distance, but if we don't get a chance to call, send my love to Dan and Thomas. You know your father and I want the best for you all. Love, Mom. Okay. So... that's a letter from Linda's mother, quite clearly.
My man.
What's up?
Okay, this is dangerous. Picture. Okay, woohoo. Linda came around the corner. Okay, up into the chandelier. And can I get into the studio? Oh my god, the studio light is off. What a... okay, check sofa, call Chamber of Commerce, hotels in town, double check, T&K, trip when Dan gets back. Okay. So there are two sets of guests coming around to check out, well, they're gonna be around. It looks like Linda wants to, take a bit of a trip. That kid is coming up in here, I knew it. And... okay, here's my chance.
Ooh, it's broke.
Something about watching television. I don't know, I'm just trying to find the clues as fast as I can. Ooh, I did not mean to detach from that light. Oh, I need to slow it down a little bit. Okay, what do we have over here? Dan's journal. Hearing those clunky feet all over the place just makes me nervous. Okay, let's check this.
I took Tynan up on the book jam. He hasn't seen a word of my new book, and fresh eyes are priceless. He bailed me out on Tramer's Way. I hope he understands how much of that book worked because of him. I still remember when we were walking to the pond, and he had the idea about using newspaper clips and police reports. Of course, no matter how many times I tell interviewers it was his idea, they just keep giving me the credit. Maybe they just want the tidy auteur version. Oh well, can't change that. Let's just hope he has an idea for this one too. Freddie can't get here soon enough.
Okay, I'm hearing what Dan has to say about getting some outside input from someone else. Looks like Dan nearly caught me hanging around. Oh, come on, Dan. I'm gonna go look out the window now. So I guess I'll just check this journal out.
Good news. Mom called today with a change of plans. They made better time on the first leg of the trip than they expected, and they're coming to visit. Bad news, they want to come this weekend. Did Dan tell Tynan they could stay here for sure, or is that still up in the air? I'll ask after dinner. She sounded cheerful enough on the phone, though I can't help wondering if they took this trip because they hit another rough patch. I hope not. I hope they just want to see Tommy and have a classic Mears family feast, though maybe seeing how they've ended up will be good perspective for Dan and me. Speaking of which, Dad better not get nosy. I've told him 1,000,000 times that my marriage is not his business. Maybe I'll try the thing Christine told me. When someone asks you something private, just say, "Why do you ask?" Put it back on them and see if they've actually got a reason to get into your business. Yeah, I've got to remember to try that. We'll see how he answers that one.
Okay, gotta hurry up. Ooh. I talked to Davy's parents and they're okay with him sleeping over. They said they'd take care of Tommy some weekend in return. I know the timing isn't great, but maybe we can work something out. Let's talk when you get up. They're okay with him sleeping over. Oh, no. Jeez. Well, one thing's for certain. Tommy isn't getting the sleepover this weekend. That's just not feasible. Okay, it's time to search memories. It's just not feasible to give Tommy the weekend because he got time in the form of... Come here. That was a very dangerous thing I did. It's just not feasible to give Tommy the time because it was his stuff last time, sorting out his learning troubles.
You can sleep with us.
What about Tommy?
About Tommy, he can sleep with us. Once again, not using a desk.
The new schedule isn't as bad as it could have been. At least I'm getting 2 blocks of quiet time every day, though of course they're not as long as I wish they could be. And the sound of those doors closing is my favorite thing to hear these days. It's almost Pavlovian how that doorknob clicking shut puts me into a writing space. I'm not crazy enough to think there's anything mystical going on, but there's something to be said for developing a habit.
So it looks like the compromise that I chose last time is working out. For the better. Okay, where's the son? Where's Tommy? Where's Linda? I need to find out what they're thinking and their thoughts. Actually, wait. Ah. My mistake. I didn't read all of Dan's thoughts. And on that note, where did he go? Dan? Dan, my boy? He vanished on me. Oh my god, I can get to that lamp from over here. That is remarkably convenient. Okay. 2 people in the same room is always a dangerous game to play. There goes Tommy. Man. Dan being in that particular room is kind of... I mean, it's too open out here. Okay. Whew. Pretty sure... Oh, no, wait, I didn't have to check inside of his memories. I just had to read his mind. Okay. How foolish of me. What does he have to say? Check those fishing poles. Maybe we could go to the pond. Oh, it's never fair having to figure out how to split up free time. Waiting for either Linda or Tommy to come out of that art studio. Wait, there's a note over here on the wall. What's this? Didn't want to bother you while you were working, but didn't want to forget again. Been meaning to ask, have you found any ponds on your hikes? Creeks? No rush, just curious. That's interesting.
Want to grab a bite later?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, there's Linda. Okay, I'm never gonna see her over there. Dan would just see me. Ah, Tommy. Tommy, my boy. He's still kind of if on his dad. I think it's upstairs in his room, maybe? Maybe it's down in the kitchen? Ah, here we go, the kitchen.
Can Davy sleep over?
Let me call his mommy.
Okay. So, want a sleepover to happen. Ah, here we go. Linda. Aha.
Looking good, my man.
Oh, crap, he saw me. Uncover memory.
I'm checking to see if this is a folder.
I thought Tommy was sleeping with us.
Uh-oh. Where is upstairs? She must be writing in her journal upstairs. There's no good way to splice this one up. I'm gonna feel guilty no matter what.
The 7 o'clock idea was dead before it even got started. Dan was pretty adamant that he just can't make the time with his writing schedule, and if we pushed it any later, Tommy would have been wiped out. I guess we'll just keep playing it by ear each night, but that makes it so hard to count on any quality time. Maybe it's a small thing, but I'm worried it'll chip away at us over time.
Troubling. Oh, that was close. Was that ugly sweater Mom and Dad gave me so they can see me wearing it. We can use the blue sheets to make a sofa fort. Okay, so I gotta make a choice. It's either Linda's mom and dad, or it's Tom's friend, or not Tom's friend, it's Linda's mom and dad, Dan's friend, or Tommy's sleepover. And I don't know,
Get back to them.
I'm feeling that I should go with Dan. He should get it, and then Linda should get the compromise. Because I'm really focused on him getting his work done right and proper.
Man, I can't wait.
Here's my chance. Fishing poles. Okay, no turning back. I hope this doesn't have undesired repercussions. Okay, here we are. Now we're into the night. Let's check out what the books in the house have to say. The Diary of Kay Williams, May 15th, 1952. It is late, but I must record my thoughts. Perhaps it will help me make sense of them. I shouldn't say thoughts, as there's only one thought on my mind. I look back but a week and see that when I arrived, my only thought was of Jay being gone. That sad thought has been replaced by another. What if I were gone as well? I feel regret in the simple writing of those words. If I am truthful, it is not a thought that has occurred to me before. I cannot be sure where it came from. It is almost as if it was put in place by something I do not understand. I must think of my family and their heartache. Our children have lost one parent. I could not bear to hurt them again, though they are all grown and have no practical need of me. Yet, I had no strictly practical need of Jay, and look at where that loss has left me. Perhaps I will venture into town tomorrow. Maybe some stranger, unknowing, will show me some kindness. Some small thing that plants a seed of hope. Okay, so this Kay Williams guy seems to be thinking about suicide a whole lot, and I can't tell whether or not I, the ghost, was the one who put it there. It would seem that's the case from the way that his journal is written. As if, something planted the idea there. Which gives me disquiet. It's kind of unnerving to know that I, as a ghost, would encourage anybody to willingly give up their life instead of, hope for a better tomorrow. The Diary of Kay Williams, May 16th, 1952. I feel shame looking back on last night's entry, yet it does clarify the choices before me. I can walk to the cliff, close my eyes, lean forward, and be done. It would not be hard. or I can find a path forward without Jay. I hold no hope that I will find another love in the autumn and winter of my life, but perhaps there is peace to be found. I went into town this morning and stopped at the cafe. I sat at a sidewalk table and sipped coffee, watching people pass now and then as they lived their lives. I will never think of my time in this house fondly. The circumstances make such a remembrance an impossibility. But I know that my time here has allowed me to part the fog that clouded my mind when I arrived. I now know that there are 2 paths for me. All that is left is to choose. It's a little bit troubling to know that I'm never going to get any closure, because I didn't get it with Claire, and I didn't get it with Kay Williams. Well, there's no doubt in my mind that Kay Williams here isn't going to give me any closure either. Okay, let's see, what was it? Ugly sweater. Was this the ugly sweater over here? Yes. Choose this. Okay, Dan. I've made my decision. I'm gonna help you out. Dan was too excited about getting Tynan's feedback to cancel the visit. He found that the fishing poles were in great shape, and he and his friend hit it off like they'd seen each other only yesterday. Linda told them where they could find a small pond in the woods, and their trip paid off not only in fresh fish for dinner, but in new ideas for their books as well. Linda was glad they were able to make room for everyone, but with so much going on in the house, she didn't get as much time as she would have liked to visit with her parents. They were glad to be able to come at all, though Linda didn't get a chance to pull her mother aside and see how her parents were doing. Tommy cried when Dan told him that Davy wouldn't be able to sleep over, and the fact that the extra sheets were used for grown-up house guests instead of a sofa fort only upset him more. He didn't want to sleep with his parents, and in the middle of the night he woke up and tried to get back into his room, causing an embarrassing scene. Oh dear. Ooh my.